Yo, what's going on guys? Core here. Welcome back to another video. This is episode number 7 of the series. So welcome back. It has been about a month since the last episode, so keeping on with that like non-existent schedule which I kind of said I would follow. Anyway, peeps, it has been a while and on the server we have made some massive progress. In this episode I really want to focus on making a tunnel to the minigames district. So this tunnel that I speak of is actually going to be in the corner over here, and I've been kind of busy blasting this out and digging it out and all sorts. But this thing is basically just a straight line, and then the portal will be about here. Now, with it being such a big island, what we're going to do is we're going to have 4 portals. We're going to have a south, east, north, and west portal, and that way people can get to games a little quicker if they need to. So you may be wondering why the tunnel is so big. Well, that is because I've actually partially designed a little bit of this thing. And when I say a little bit of this thing, I mean quite a lot of this thing. So this is the tunnel that we are going to be going with. And I built it out of pure just logic. It was very hard to do. A little bit of help from Light Massacre, a little bit of help from World Edit, but overall it was just me and my massive brain. Anyway, this thing is super cool, and when you fly through it, it is super satisfying. You can see if you put on some elytra here, it works just as good with those. In fact, it feels almost a little smoother. I don't know why. But this is the thing that we're going to be putting on the server. Need to figure out some lighting for it because, I mean, it's very dark. With it being wool, we can probably sneak in some sea lanterns in various places, hide them underneath the floor here. But aside from that, this thing is basically complete. Now, how exactly are we going to get this tunnel to connect with the Nether hub? Well, you can see down here we've been working on that and a couple of other things that we will get to. So first of all, we are going to be putting this thing in the corner, and I think it would be cool. I mentioned this to some of the other misfits as well, but I think if we kind of made like a bit of a tent entrance into this thing, it'd be pretty cool. The plan would be we would come inside. I would like to have this glowing sign here on the wall and it pointing into the big tunnel here. Maybe even have like a line of lights that go front and back like that along the walls of that tunnel. I think that might be a cool idea, but these sorts of things do get very expensive. Maybe worth it. We'll just have to see if it would cause any lag or anything like that first. So I think this would be pretty cool if we could get all of this sort of stuff linked up and built into one big thing this episode. Back on the server here, I just wanted to mention, for those of you who put 2 and 2 together, you can probably tell that, well, I wouldn't just work on something like this without reason, and you are absolutely right. There is one big reason why we are making this tunnel now. After all this time, I've decided it is finally oh my goodness. It is finally time to get some push on the community, and in particular, a new game. So we've been making some efforts here in the minigames district here next to the zoo. Over here on stream the other day, we worked on the Hyperloop, which is now fully built up, and this is a lovely little station where you can come in. There is a instruction book now. I will let you pause this and read it if you want to. But yeah, the Hyperloop, it is fully functional over here now. The brake systems are in place. However, this side here doesn't actually go anywhere. You can only go this way back to the shopping district. But on the surface here then, I will show you what we have been working on. So, rise and shine. Welcome to mine and Nick's life for the past, I want to say, 3 weeks or so. This is going to be the new home of mine and Nick's game, which is called Relic Run. This is a game that we have put our heart and soul into for the past 3 weeks, like I say. It's all planned out. The material list is bigger than my will to live. Of course, I'm just kidding. This hole is massive. It's over 100 blocks on each face here, and you can see we've still got some bits to do. We've got to smooth out the other 2 walls, and then we will be ready to start building in this thing, which is super exciting. So, Relic Run then, what on earth is that? Relic Run is a new game that me and Nick have been making. The aim of the game is that you will be locked down in a big arena with 3 other people and a killer, and you will have to find relics to be able to escape. If you don't escape in the time limit, then you lose, and if the killer kills everyone, then you also lose. Of course, when you drop into here, you do have a chance of being either the killer or the relic hunter, so that's pretty cool. But this thing, I don't really want to reveal more than I need to here. I just want to kind of build some hype. I will let you know right now, me and Nick, my goodness. Me and Nick have been working on a range of cinematics, which are all going to come out probably a week before we are ready to cut the red ribbon on this game. So that's pretty exciting. Do make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss those cinematics. I will let you know. The first one is 2 minutes long, and me and Nick spent 6 hours editing that. So, you know, it's no short of like Hollywood grade sort of filmmaking, I assure you. But yeah, this thing is super cool. It is what we have been working on, as I say. And in order to make playing this a bit easy for the people, I want to provide some travel route. One of those being the Hyperloop, as I mentioned, but the other one, we do need a safe nether tunnel that connects us to this area. And I apologize, I can't do my cool Optifine zoom here because I am actually running Iris and Sodium and don't have logical zoom at the moment. So we are now just over here, and you can see, since the start of this video, I've done a little bit of planning. So this thing, because the minigames district is so big, it's like a 300 wide island or something like that, we're going to have 4 portals. Now, it's not going to be quite as free as the shopping district portals, where you can just build a portal anywhere in the Nether hub. This thing is going to have 4 designated portals, one for north, east, south, and west. If we hop over into the creative world here, you can see I have actually been doing a little bit of building work already. And that thing is right here. And yes, I have been taking a little bit of inspiration from Mumbo Jumbo, of course. The color scheme, I mean, you can just tell it is absolutely beautiful. I've already done some iterations of this thing, as you can see over here. The reason I've just had to rebuild this is because, well, you can see all the sides feature this nice little crevice at the end here, except one of the sides doesn't, and I can't quite figure out why that is. It's some kind of error where I've pasted it, but the floor ended up being slightly off. So what I've done is I've just pasted in the correct side, and you can see we have avoided that error on each of the different sides. But I'm going to continue to build this up. I'll give you some progress updates on the way, and hopefully we can pull something off here. One of the features of this room here is that you are going to be able to tell which way is north, east, south, and west by some mini characters who are going to put made out of quartz above the doors. So with a little help from this guide right here, which you see on the screen in front of you, we can make these awesome letters. Now, each of the letters on this guide are 3 blocks wide, which is absolutely awesome. They are 3 by 3 square every single time. The N for north is my own little spin. And I was actually working on this with Nick, and he suggested having a stair in the middle, because if you follow the guide exactly, it comes out like that, and it just doesn't really give that N feel. But I think that kind of works a little better, and the W is just quite simple, really, just like that. So yeah, with context, if that doesn't look like a W, then you can see the NES, and inevitably W. But yeah, let's get the floor in, and then we'll work on the roof, which I have a bit of a plan for. Alright, peeps, I have got zoom. So peeps, I am making some good progress on this. I'm just basically following what I did over here, but the shadow actually helps a bit here. The thing is about these nether hubs, we've got to keep them spawn proof. That's the whole idea of having this. You know, why we don't just put one portal to the other with nether in between is because it's not safe. And the aim of a nether hub is to create a nice safe travel space for people. And if we don't have that, then what's the point? This isn't just pretty decoration, this is functional decoration. So that is coming along how I kind of want it to. Yeah, the goal is just to create some kind of pattern in the center here and add that little bit more interest to this design. I think if we just keep following that around, then yeah, we can create something pretty interesting here. What I would actually recommend doing is if we just do that command command, but a little bit further down, we could end up creating something very interesting here, I think. That is pretty cool. Don't know why, it reminds me of a PCB. Just that little bit. It reminds me of I think it's Applied Energistics. There's some kind of printed circuits. Anyway, yeah, pretty cool. I think it's a nice design. Let's move on to the rest of this, finalize it, and then we will focus on the ceiling. After that, we're going to build it on the server. Right, that is what I'm thinking. I need to replicate this on each side, but I like that texture a lot. Alrighty, so that is the floor complete now. I'm pretty sure I like this design. It's very cool. I think it all fits together really nicely. Next, I'm going to tackle the ceiling, because I've got some plans for that. Alright, so you can see where this is going, right? No? You can't see where it's... Well, what about if I do something like this? Filling this in would be a nightmare. With a lovely new game rule command that we got in 1.19.4, we can do lava source conversion true, and this will allow infinite lava sourcing to happen in the world. So we need to just go around 2 of the walls here with some sources, and everything should be golden. We'll just do this, then it should all just fill in for us nice and easy. There we go. The whole thing. I say the whole thing. It is now all converted into source blocks, and from below, yeah, it kind of looks alright. Now, I did have one idea, which is something like that, and that is a nice little centerpiece to this room. The idea of this was originally to help light up the rest of the room, but soul lanterns don't do a very good job of that. So I think if we just dot some around up here, then we should end up being fine. And all that's left to do now in this long process for me, probably quite short for you, with the magic of editing, is to actually build this thing on the server. So let's get to it. Alrighty peeps, welcome back. It has been a long time. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse, but for me peeps, it is several months later, so I have now got armor trims. Yes, that is right, we are in 1.20, and we have now got armor trims. It has been 2 months since the end of that time lapse, and the reason why it's not been out yet, the whole video, is because motivation is literally it. So right now I have got 2 other Misfits videos. Oh my god, I'm invisible. I've got 2 other Misfits videos in the pipeline, so one of which we will be making a bamboo farm, the other we shall be getting all of these beautiful armor trims that you see here, so don't panic, you'll get to see all of that. But what's important here peeps is that this tunnel is actually done, and you can see it is a beautiful thing to fly through. It has also been such a long time that all of this copper has begun aging quite significantly. Some of it is done, but the majority of it is on like stage number 3 or 4. I don't really know which one that is, but stage 3 or 4, we're still waiting. Also, I'd like to apologise very briefly for the morning voice. I've decided to just get up, record this last little bit of this episode, and then call it an end, because I would rather just get this out so I can start work on episode 8 and get that out. Episode 9 is done, but I am waiting for episode 8 to release. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you do want to help me out with my motivation, do go stick a nice comment down below, like and subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and tell me that you want to see more of these episodes. Other than that, peeps, I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye!